everyone, and welcome to Wonderland. My name is Allison, the self-proclaimed priestess of Wonderland, and I am also the creator of the Just a Phase Moon Planner. In today's video, we're going to walk through the 2024 Moon Planner, both the hard copy and the digital copy. This is a very low-key stream. You can set up your planner along with me if you'd like. We will be planning some live stream videos to specifically set up our planner and most importantly, our birth chart. So that date is to be determined, but today is just going to be kind of a walkthrough, a flip through of both the hard copy and the digital copy. You can follow along if you're thinking about getting the Just a Phase Moon Planner. This is going to be like a deep dive for you to kind of help you get a feel for what the Moon Planner is all about and make your decision on whether you'd like to purchase it or not. So I've got our Wonderland elf fruitcake, the elf here. She's going to help me stay on task, hopefully. So let's just jump into it. So this is a super sped up flip through if you just wanted to see what was inside, just to get an idea. If you kind of were already thinking about getting the planner and just wanted to take a look at like all of the information in there, this is just a sped up flip through. Remember, I always put timestamps in the description below, so you can jump to different pieces throughout the video. If you just want to check out the digital copy, do that. Go find that timestamp and do that. If you only want the deep dive but of the hard copy, you can just click on that. If you just want this fast flip through, you can do that. So always click on the timestamps to jump to wherever it is that you want to go or whatever information you're interested in. So before we get started with actually looking into the planner, I do want to recommend that because we did things differently this year, we only did the print on demand option. That means I wasn't able to pack up fun goodies to send along with your planner. So if you did order a hard copy and you still want those fun goodies, they are available on my website, thepriestessofwonderland.com. And I'll link that in the description below as well. There's like lots of goodies in there that go along with the planner, plus a free gift. I'm not going to tell you what the free gift is here because I want that to be a surprise for everybody. But make sure that you order it. It's only $5, but like the planner was a lot cheaper this year for some reason. So I tried to share that lower cost with you as well. The $5 is just to pay for shipping, and that's just the best way that I could do it so that we could still have these fun gifts. In your little bag of goodies here, you're going to find your tab. So we do have the option to putting these in the planner, but it will raise the cost of the planner significantly. And I also just like the versatility of you being able to put the tabs in yourself. Like if we were to put them in the planner, we would probably have to put them like on the monthly pages because I mean that's typically where you would put a tab in a in a planner. But personally, I like to have it instead of the moon page, I like to have it on the mood tracker because that's something that you're constantly flipping back to throughout the month and filling in your mood trackers every day. So I like to put my tab on the mood tracker. I like to put them face up like this so that I can see the little sparkly side. But of course you always have the option to doing the blank side so that you can see your labels. So that's the first thing in your little gift package if you choose to order it. Then the thing that always gets lost, or I'm always worried that people are going to lose, we have a little Brad tab. And the reason I include this, I know it's a silly little thing and anybody can just go to any store and grab a Brad, but they come in like a package of a million. So I don't know if I'm ever I'm giving these away to everybody that buys the planner, and I don't know if I'm ever gonna finish that box of Brad. So I just include it in there so that you you don't have to go out and buy a box of a million and then just have them. So the Brad goes with the February spread. So it's the February-March spread for the Aquarius new moon. You're going to be cutting out this wheel and attaching it in the center here with the brad. This allows you to spin the wheel according to your personal cycle or your menstrual cycle if you have one, or you can use your birthday moon cycle. So that's there too, so that you can do that little activity there. Then I just threw in some washi tape for fun. Most of them are like astro related washi tape, and they're the thin ones, which I think is kind of hard to find sometimes. So I wanted to throw those in there. So if you're somebody that likes to decorate their planner, and we have smaller spaces, so the smaller washi is a lot better for this planner. So that is there for you as well. We also have some paper clamps. I've just included various sizes in there. My favorite one is the yellow one because they are very happy. So how I work with my planner, and I'm just going to show you on the 2023 planner. I always have things that I need to turn back to, like paper clipped. But eventually, like as you make your way through the year, like you need bigger clamps. So I've included clamps for you. So this way, like what I have clamped off is some like a project I was working on. This is like my main to-do list that I kind of pull from periodically throughout the month. I also keep like if I need to go back and do this coloring page, I keep that sectioned off. And then I always keep like whatever current week is sectioned off with a paper clip. So like if you're at the beginning of the year, you're only going to need a paper clip, but eventually you need these larger clamps. So I've included those for you. What else do I have clamped off here? I have this smaller one. Oh, I was like really interested in looking back at all of the quarter moon phases for the year or your birthday moon cycle, so I have that clamped off as well. So next we have the gold stars. These are we actually threw in some multicolored stars, but your regular gold stars are coming in there too. That is because we have 2 Capricorn full moons this year, so we needed extra stars. So those are there for your there's a couple of different reasons that you would use that because we're doing 2 different Capricorn moon charts this year. So this is your accomplishment chart, and then we also have a self-care chart too for you to put gold stars on when you accomplish something. So next we have a little mini beeswax candle. This is just something to kind of set your intention for working with the moon, following the moon for a year, committing yourself to following the year, or you can just use it for, let's see, the first new moon that we have is the Capricorn new moon. You can use it to set your intentions for the Capricorn new moon or set your intentions for the year, however you want to use it. And everybody's color is going to be different. So I have included a little candle color magic card here so that you can see what your candle is good for. For example, this is a yellow candle, so you can use that for solar plexus energy, which is self-esteem and confidence. It corresponds to the element of air, the direction of the east, dawn, clarity, intention setting, or the zodiac sign of Gemini. So that little card is there so that you can see what your candle color is good for because everybody got a different one. What else do we have? Oh, we have and there's also like various stickers. I separated them into these are just kind of cute witchy stickers for you to use however you like. I separated them into earth, air, fire, and water. So you should have at least one sticker from each element. This is the earth. Wait, no, this is the moon. All of the moon that had some sort of moon related thing in it. And then you should also have for each element as well. So those are just fun stickers for you to use however you'd like. And then you have your free gift, but I'm not going to tell you what that is. Oh, and we also have these scratch off cards from Youngblood Made. You just take something to scratch this off, and there it will reveal a word. You can use that as your word for the year, or you can just you take it as an intuitive message and just see what comes up for you. So those are all the little goodies. Remember to find those on my website, priestessofwonderland.com, and so that you can get all of these fun things to work with your planner. All right, this is where I'm going to need fruitcake to help me stay on task. Okay, so let's just open the planner. This is always in the front of the planner. It's a space to put your name, It's just a phase, Allison. The universe loves and thanks you for being uniquely you, shadow and light, new and full in all the quarters too. That is the main goal of this planner. That's why this page is always going to be here. You're going to have dark days. You're going to have dark days. I'm no makeup. I'm in my pajamas doing a video and putting it on the internet because that's just where I am. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with having a cozy day at home. So, cheers, join me. You can only shine as bright as your darkest days. So if you have really, really dark days, which I do, that means that I have just as much light. And we have to experience all of that. And that's what the moon teaches us because the moon does that every month. So there's a little note here for you to get started. So the front of the planner is how to use this planner. Starting with the new moon reflection section, which is after every calendar month right here. So this is just a mini version of it here, pointing you to all the different things on here. So what are you proud of from the previous moon cycle? Really highlighting the good things, because we a lot of times we just focus on, oh, what did I do wrong? But this is up front and center on the top here. What are you proud of? Find anything. If it's just like I got out of bed every day, like then that is good. Like good for you. Acknowledge it and put it in this box here. How did your intentions work out? What could you have done differently? And how can you use the new moon's element or zodiac sign to help nurture your goals and intentions? So this is where I really want you to reflect and think about the first moon of the month or the first moon of the year is Capricorn. That's an earth sign. What does the earth element mean to you? How does that make you feel? The earth is your body. It's the foundation that we put our feet on. It's the dirt, it's the soil, it's the rocks. But it can mean so many different things to so many different people. You can think about the root chakra. You can think about the roots of a tree. You can think about feeling safe. What does that element mean for you, and how can you make yourself feel safe so that you can go out and accomplish your goals? That's how we tap into Capricorn energy to learn how to do that. The beginning here is the first one is picking a word for the year, which I do every year, and you might want to use your intention scratch off card for that. But for the rest of the year, it's going to have you look at this is for the Aquarius moon cycle. Find Aquarius in your birth chart. What planets are there? What does that mean to you? So this way you're just looking at a little chunk of your birth chart every month so that it's not so overwhelming. There's an infinite amount of information about astrology out there, and it's really confusing and it's really complicated. But if we just take a little chunk 1 month at a time, that way at the end of the planner, you've gone through your whole birth chart, just little by little and piece by piece. And hopefully you're going to be able to put those pieces together. And if not, like ask questions, ask me questions, ask our fellow community members questions, because we all have a different perspective and we all have a different interaction with astrology in general because we're all made up of a completely different astrology. So this is mostly reflection. And then we're looking at the upcoming moon cycle. And I've broken the moon here, the mind map, up into 4 sections so that you can say, hey, week 1, during the new moon week, what are my goals? What are my intentions? And you can have little branches coming out there. Week 2, this is the first quarter week. This is really like the most active time, the first quarter and the moon. So what are my heavier to-dos, my more time consuming to-dos, things like that. Then we've got the full moon branching off ideas here, and then the last quarter moon branching off ideas here. And then what's your intention? What's your basic intention, and how can we create action plans? There's again 4 if you want to pull from the mind map up here. So just for example, at the beginning of the year, a lot of people will set health or diet goals, exercise goals, or whatever. So to break that up into 4 parts, if you're like, I want to be working 5 days a week. Like, don't start off doing 5 days a week, especially if you've been hibernating in the winter and you haven't been exercising that much. It's going to be really difficult to get yourself motivated and to actually do 5 days a week. If you can, that's great. That's awesome. But the whole point of this is to take one step at a time because that's what the moon teaches us to do. So, with that example, start off with for the first week, try 1 day a week or 5 minutes a day, do some sort of physical activity. Then on the second week, pump that up to 2 days a week, 3 days a week. And then on the third week, do 3 to 4 days a week. And then hope maybe by the end of the month, you've done 4 to 5 days a week. And then you would start there next month. Okay, I did I did 4 days a week that month. Let's do 4 days a week again, and then continue like taking one step at a time. That's just an example. Actually, for me, if I was trying to get up to 5 days a week, I would probably have for the first month, I would probably be like, okay, let's do 1 day a week. You can do 1 day a week for 4 weeks, then that's my action plan. And then next month, I'll say, okay, let's do 2 days a week for 4 weeks. And then that's my action plan. Do you understand what I'm saying? I hate exercise goals because they're so hard. But hopefully breaking them down into smaller steps is going to be a little bit easier. Okay, so that's every new moon has this spread. The only section that's going to be different here is whatever moon phase you're currently in for the month. Then we have our mood trackers. You're going to find your date along the edges here, your moon phase, your moon sign as they change. So there's a couple different ways that you could do the actual evaluation of how you're feeling. I like to do 2 evaluations a day. How do I feel when I wake up in the morning? And I rate that on a scale of 1 to 5. If I'm not feeling too good, I'm only coloring in 1 or 2 circles. And then when I go to bed at night, I'm like, how did I feel in the afternoon? Which is usually a lot better than when I woke up in the morning. So that's why I do that. And then I kind of like average them together. Uh, if this is something difficult for you to do every day, sometimes I will just reflect on the week and I'll be like, so how did Monday go? How did Tuesday go? And then I'll fill in the circle. Like, don't put too much pressure on yourself to like do everything all at once. The next column here. Oh, and the other way you could do it, like if you could rate on a scale of 10, like on average, how did you feel throughout the day? Because there's technically 10 circles there. I just like to do 5, rate on a scale of 1 to 5 in the morning, rate on a scale of 1 to 5 in the afternoon. But you could certainly use that as like on a scale of 1 to 10, how did you feel? Then the next column here is to mark whether or not you track your menstrual cycle. I usually just put like 1, 2, 3, 4 for whatever days I have my cycle on. Sometimes I mark when I'm ovulating, but it depends. I've been trying to balance my hormones, so I track a lot of my cycle stuff. And then there's notes there for you to add in, like if you've got a bunch of days where you're only filling in like on a scale of 1 to 5, you're only filling in 1 to 2 every day. Write down notes like, work is so stressful. This person's pissing me off. I ate something weird and I haven't been feeling well. I had my cycle. Like there's so many things that you can track in here. Food is a really big mood activator, deactivator, whatever you want to say. So I always note like, I had a lot of gluten today or I had alcohol today, because it does affect our mood. And that way you can rule out by keeping these notes, you can rule out like, okay, that's why I was like feeling so bad because I wasn't eating well, I wasn't being physically active, whatever, or that was a stressful week at work. But if there's no notes there and you're like, dang, every time the moon is in Cancer, I'm crying. Like, what the heck is going on there? So now for the next Cancer moon, I know, let's be really kind and gentle with myself. Let's watch a happy movie on a Cancer day so that let's focus on positive things on a Cancer day. I know that on Aries days, I can't drink caffeine because I'm just too fiery, too much fire, and I just don't have caffeine on Aries days. So there's so many different things that you can use this mood tracker for, and so many different ways that you can like it can really help you figure out what's going on with your energetic system, with your emotional system. There's so many things that you can pull from this information. How do you react to the moon's energy? How do you react to the astrology energy? Because a new moon in Aquarius is going to feel totally different than at the end of the year when we have a full moon in Aquarius. So everything is just it's so good to track things because you're going to learn so much from it. Okay, so then we have the seasonal planning. There's lots of information here to help you kind of figure out how to plan with the seasons. Let me find it. So there's a section in the beginning of the planner for you to break down your entire year, just like we were talking about doing on the monthly here. So I'm just going to use the exercise thing as an example. So, like I said, say our goal is to be exercising 5 days a week. And now, for me personally, that would take a very long time for me to get into that habit. So, what I might do in this instance is say, okay, for the first half of the year, or by mid year, I want to set a goal of 3 days a week. I want to be getting to 3 days a week by mid year. So you're gonna write that goal down and then work backwards. That means by this quarter, I'm gonna want to be at 2 days a week. And that means starting here, our goal is 1 day a week. So that by here we've gotten to 3 days a week. And then maybe try to maintain 3 days a week for a while. And then at the end of the year, that's when we want to have that 5. And right at Yule, Sagittarius, and Capricorn season, you're gonna write down like 5 days a week exercise, or at least some sort of physical activity. So that's just one way to use your seasonal planning. So there's another one of these in the back of the planner as well. And how I use this one is like as I'm making my way through the year, say like I'm getting ready to plant my spring garden. And in 2023, I had written down in this first square here that by this time period, I want to have already started my seeds indoors so that by the time I'm ready to plant them outside here, they're already kind of established. So I wrote that down in 2023 at the end of my planner. And as you're making your way through the year and say like I'll write down in the back of the planner, how did that work out? Okay, started my seeds indoors. It didn't work out, so I ended up planting them in the ground, which is actually what happened this year. They just didn't survive being transported from indoors to outdoors. So now that in 2024, I'm just going to plant directly in the ground. So that means I need to wait to plant here versus starting here. I also use like, for example, we just passed Halloween season and holy moly, did it fly by. Like I can't even believe we're at December right now. So I wrote down in my 2023 planner at the back, this is the Halloween section right here. I'm writing down right here to remember in 2024, I want to get my Halloween decorations out in September. I want to plan. We have a dark moon. We have a new moon on Halloween this year. Like I want to plan a special ancestors connection ceremony. So I'm writing all of those things. Or like if there's a recipe that you found that you wanted to try, like maybe you just didn't have time to bake your Christmas cookies at Christmas. So write that down in the back here so that you remember for 2025 Christmas, hey, I want to do this. There's a bunch of different ways that you can use this. I hope I'm giving enough examples, but the one way is to just take your goal. Where do you want to be at December of 2024? And break your goal into smaller chunks so that it's not feeling so overwhelming. Or it's just writing down things that you remember. I mean, this is mostly how I use it. I'm just like, oh man, I wanted to do this. I totally forgot. So now in the summertime, I'm like, oh, I want to plan this better. I want to do this better. So that's how I use it, but it's really wonderful for breaking your bigger goals down into smaller chunks. Okay, so this is probably the biggest thing, the monthly spreads that's different about any other planner out there is that a moon cycle is usually in between months. For example, our new moon is January 11th. So this planner is technically starting on January 11th. So that's why you see both January and February here because the Capricorn moon cycle is from January 11th until February 8th. So every month, every moon cycle has 2 months available for you here. And actually, towards the end of the year, we are really close. November 1st is the new moon, which it's very rare that we have a new moon on the first of the month. So this is kind of cool, and it's even cooler that it's the day after Halloween. You'll see November 1st, there's the new moon, and then December 1st is the new moon for December as well, the Sagittarius new moon. So in the beginning of the year, your grayed out parts are the previous moon cycle. The grayed out part over here is the future moon cycle. So the white part is the current moon cycle. So this is 1 month right here, the white part. However, at the end of the year, the whole month of February is 1 moon cycle and the whole month of December is 1 moon cycle. So that's really cool to be starting 2025 on the first of the month. It's actually the December 30th is the new moon, but whatever, it's close enough. And that's another thing. New moons and full moons, there's a 3-day window. So January 10th, you can do your new moon celebration. January 11th or January 12th is when you can do your new moon celebration. You're still in that energy, especially if you're still in that sign. That's when I say like anytime around this day that the moon is in Capricorn, that's you can count that as the new moon. So your current moon cycle is all going to be listed here. We have the new moon in Capricorn in January, the first quarter in Taurus, the full moon is Leo, and the last quarter is Scorpio. So that's always going to be there for every month. This part right here is new to the planner this year. It just says the Capricorn moon cycle, and there's little bullet points there. So these are major themes based on the astrological events, as well as I did tarot readings and channeled information about each particular month of the year. So these are astrological themes for the moon cycle, as well as intuitive themes for the moon cycle. Then on the opposite side of the page here, you have your astro dashboard. So this is all of your other planets. We mostly focus on the moon in the moon planner, but there's so much else going on out there. I have to list it here. So if it's very significant, there's usually at least a little bit of information within the monthly information for you, but mostly your planetary info is going to be here. It's also going to be marked on the calendar. For example, Mercury is in Aquarius, so you will see that listed under Mercury, Aquarius on February 5th. So it's just the information that's happening within this white space here. It's going to tell you when a planet's going retrograde. For example, Mercury is retrograde at the beginning of the year. So that's listed here. Your outer planets over here, they don't move that much throughout the year. So they pretty much stay the same. It's the planets over here that are really close to us that move faster and more frequently. Then we have a year at a glance. So this is just the entirety of 2024, all your calendar months there. And this is new this year because we didn't have it last year, but I have done it in previous years. I don't know why it was neglected to put in there. But this is all of your new moons and all of your full moons. So you can write your intentions for the January full moon or the January new moon, and whatever you're releasing or whatever's being illuminated for you on the full moon is there. That way, at the end of the year, you can go back and see all of your intentions in one place. It's just kind of interesting to reflect back on it. So that is your 2024 at a glance. Then we have our moon's phases information. This is the bulk of the information about the moon energy. So you're going to have a brief description of each phase. So new, or dark, new, waxing crescent, first quarter waxing gibbous, full waning gibbous, last quarter, and waning crescent. Brief information about each phase. Keywords I use keywords a lot in the planner to just help you kind of connect the dots of what this means. A dark moon is about rest and digest. And then there's information on what to do. On the dark moon, do nothing. Rest, relax, take a nap, schedule a massage, take a long lunch break, meditate, order takeout, leave the laundry for another day. So this is day 0. And then each phase, the new moon is 1 to 3 days from the dark moon. So the moon rises and sets with the sun, making it difficult to see in the sky during the day. So this is new this year, having the times. A first quarter moon rises at 12 p.m. and sets at 12 a.m. It's visible in the sky around sunset. So you usually do see a first quarter moon in the sky during the day. And then your full moon rises after sunset, and that's why we see it at nighttime. So if you're trying to, like, usually during the follow the moon challenge, I recommend trying to see the moon in the sky every day if you can. That's a really nice reference to have for you to check, hey, when can I see the moon today? So that's new this year. I kind of think of the suggestions of what to do during these phases is new as well. So there's a lot of information just in this section here. I also usually put a tab here as well so that I can always flip back to it, especially if you want to look at those times and figure out how to see the moon in the sky. Next, we have our Zodiac pages. We've got our Wheel of the Year. So this is the dates are listed in the center here. Your zodiac signs are around the outside, and then the seasons and the Sabbats are around the outer section there. That's just a really wonderful reference. I also usually put a tab here just to I always forget like who's opposite of each other, which sign is opposite of each other, so I always like to reflect back on that image. Then we have a brief description of our zodiac signs, and you'll find the bulk of the zodiac information when there's a new moon in that sign. So the bulk of the information is going to be at the beginning of every month. But just so we've got our keywords, Capricorn is the start of winter. It's an earth sign. It's a cardinal sign, meaning cardinal signs they start the season. Capricorn season starts on the first day of winter. It's always there. It's cardinal. It's cardinal. It's cardinal. Its planetary ruler is Saturn, and it also rules the 10th house. So all of that information there for you there. There's keywords, build, determination, and climb. The dates of the season are really significant for me because that's how I remember what a sign means or what a sign represents. I know that between December 21st through January 18th is cold. And I know that Capricorns can get through the winter. They can get through anything. They can achieve anything. This is when the stores, your food stores were really low, but you still made it till spring. Capricorn is all about determination and achievement. So just thinking about that time of year really represents that energy. For example, it's paired with a Leo full moon. So Leo is the total opposite of that energy. It's from July 22nd to August 21st. Think about the season in your area around that time, and it really helps you. This is like summertime, fun in the sun. You want to have a bright, colorful drink and you want to like just be lounging in the sun. That's Leo energy. So this is how you kind of tap in or get an idea for what each sign means for you. So all 12 of the zodiac signs are here. There's also colors and crystals to work with or that represent that sign. For example, Leo is reds and orange and fires. And there's also a blank space there for you to put your own representation of it. Like your interpretation of Leo might be totally different than mine. So write your own keywords, your own color associations, especially like with Leo. I associate orange with Leo or like orangey yellow, but some people might associate red. That's still fire. So everybody feels different about all of the different energies. So all 12 of the signs are here for you. And then we have some vocabulary, waxing, waning, crescent, gibbous, modalities are the cardinal, fixed, mutable, and those definitions, eclipses, retrogrades, and then all of your symbols. because I know not everybody can remember the symbols. They're hard to remember. So that's a nice reference for you there. You might want to put a tab here too. Then we have our keyword charts for all of the zodiac signs, all of the planets, and all of the houses, and then a blank space for you to fill in your chart. So I won't go into too much detail on this because we will be doing a live video of plugging in our birth chart to this page together. We do this every year. Just hang out, live stream, get a cozy beverage, be in your comfy clothes. I highly recommend getting like some sort of colored pencils or markers or different colored pens and using a different color for each sign and each planet. So these are a really wonderful reference. I reference back to these pages all the time. So I'm going to put a tab here. And so this is the house number, the sign that rules it, the planet that rules it, and keywords for all of this information. Then you have your planets again and keywords for the planets, and also blank space to fill in your own keyword. This year, having the actual circle graph, the birth chart here is new, but I think it's a really fun way to kind of color in and associate your own colors and energies with each sign. And then there's your chart to fill in your birth chart in a linear fashion. So you're putting your sun sign, your rising sign, your moon sign, your Mercury sign, your Venus sign. And I think a lot of people get really overwhelmed with the circle graphs, and by putting it into a linear format makes a little bit more sense and helps our brains understand it. Until you get familiar with all the symbols and all the houses and everything, like I still get overwhelmed. When I look at a new chart, I'm like, "Oh god, that's so much information." But when you break it down into each individual planet and each individual piece, then it's a little bit more understandable and digestible. And that's the whole point of this planner, is to break everything down into parts, pieces, and phases, and then putting that whole thing together. So all of your information is going to be at the beginning. It's usually after the new moon reflection and intention setting, after the mood tracker. This is when you're getting your bulk of your information. This is all the information about Capricorn and Capricorn season, what's happening during this month. And you're also going to, another wheel of the year. So maybe you'll put a tab there. Journaling questions. There's always going to be an activity. Every month is different. This month it's a journaling exercise. We've got our seasonal planning. We have dotted grids for blank space. Basically, anything that happens within that month is going to be in this written format here, along with some sort of activity, whether that's journal questions, a coloring page, an activity, a chart to fill out, questions and answers, like all sorts. It's going to be different for every month. So, for example, this first month, we have Capricorn season, we have Aquarius season, there's the new moon Capricorn, the full moon Leo, and then there's also in bulk in this first this first month. So the other things that could be there is if there's an eclipse, if there's a retrograde, that all of that information is going to be at the beginning of the month. That's a little bit different. We used to have like the new moon information at the beginning of the month, and then 2 weeks later we'd have the full moon stuff in between. But that's new this year. We're just having it all together at the beginning of the month, and that keeps your 4 weeks together until we have the next month. So the next, I'm trying to see where's a month where it's different. Oh, here we go. Yeah, because so for this month, there's the new moon in Pisces, um, a lot of stuff about Neptune. There's the spring equinox, Aries season begins. There's the Libra full moon and the eclipse. So all of that is just all together, and then you have your 4 weekly pages. The new thing for the weekly pages this year is I've given you your moon phases. We were coloring them in, which I really enjoy doing, but if you're learning how to follow the moon, it's better to just have it there for you, and if you don't have time, there were certainly weeks that I just didn't have time to color them in. So, and then you have your zodiac sign on either side. As it's transitioning, you can see it's transitioning from Aries to Taurus that day. So it's nice to have both of those there. You've got your like space to put your to-do list here, and then you have your timed weekly structure here. Hopefully your day doesn't start at 6, but it starts at 6 and then goes to 10 so that you can put your appointments or block off time. I really, really thrive on a vertical weekly spread. But I tried to make it wide enough and so that those of you that like the horizontal spread are happy to use this layout as well. There's a place for your card of the week and then just blank space for you to like list all of your stuff that you got to do. Sometimes I like to write the description of my card of the week here. It just all depends. Like there's so much free space for you to do whatever you want to do. I just wanted to double check that I had gone through everything. Now let's take a look at the digital planner. All right, I am so excited about just the fact that I was able to create the digital planner. We did it for the first time last year, and I had to like reteach myself how to do it again this year. And I cannot believe that I could figure this out. I'm really proud of it. I hope that it's a wonderful option for anyone trying to save paper or save money. And I mean, it's identical. It's the same exact planner. You're gonna have your welcome page here. So the coolest thing is all of these tabs are functional. If you need to flip, okay, let's do one that you can actually see. Okay, so let's say we want to go to March and April. You're going to simply click on that tab and then it takes you directly to March or April. Obviously, you can use, oh, it won't show me. You can use this little I don't know, cubey thing over here in the top left-hand corner, that will take you to your page view. So you can, obviously you can pick whichever page that you want to go to, but it's really nice to have those hyperlinks to just take you where you want to go. Everything in the front is the same. You're going to have your welcome letter. The only thing that different is how to use the digital planner. So the first things that we have here are the monthly spreads are hyperlinked, as just like the tabs were that I'd set on the side here. That means that let's go to February and March here. That means that if you want to go to the new moon in January, you can type anywhere or click anywhere within this week and it'll take you to that weekly spread. And then we can go back to that monthly spread by clicking on the tab. If you want to go to the end of that moon cycle, you can click on that week and it's going to jump directly to that week. And then you can go back. I also included, let me make this a little bit bigger. Also included reference tabs for you. So all those places that I was showing you in the hard copy of like where I would put a tab, those are here for you as well. So if you need to jump to that moon phases page, that's all that tab right at the top will take you directly there. Then you can use your tabs on the side to go back. So I just picked ones that I use on a regular basis. So the moon phases are up there. The zodiac signs is there. Your birth chart, which I'm always flipping to the birth chart, not just for the birth chart page, but also for these keyword chart pages as well. I've got that wheel of the year because I love the wheel of the year. I'm always like referencing that. And then we also have the year at a glance so that you can write your intentions in there. Write your intentions there and have that all there for you to flip back over and over again whenever you need it. All the tabs take you where do you want to go. So that's like the only thing that's different is that you have the tabs up there at the top, you have the tabs at the side. You're able to click on those weekly spreads and it will take you where you want to go. It is compatible with GoodNotes, which is a really wonderful app that you can use. But GoodNotes has just so many cool features. You can just write on it like you would a regular planner. Oh, cool! I picked the right one. So you can write your to-do list up there, just like you would in a regular planner. You can use a highlighter to highlight anything. I really loved the highlighter for coloring in the moon phases before. It's just fun to do. Okay. So you can even color with your coloring pages on here. One thing I will say about the highlighter that I'm using to color here is, once you lift your pen off of the paper, anytime you go back over it, it's going to react the same way a marker would. So see how it's like, even though this is the same color, it's like making it a little bit darker. So just keep that in mind with the highlighter. Every time you go over it, it goes darker again, which I mean is fine. It's just it will be streaky just like a regular marker if you're not careful. So like this, I'm not lifting up the pen at all. This way it's like one even color. I don't know if that's something you can change on GoodNotes, but see how they're like that was the same color, but one's lighter than the other. So that's just I love using the digital planner. It is so fun. So we can sometimes it corrects your mistakes. It didn't that time, but we can always just go in and erase that line right there. So it's super fun. What else can you do on GoodNotes? Look how cool. Oh my gosh, I can't wait to color that. Another really fun part about the digital planner is that you can insert your, when you click on this photo here, when you click on this photo, you can insert your oracle cards right in there. And you can resize it so that it fits right over there. And that's so cool to have your tarot card for the week just right there front and center. Let's see, another cool feature. I'm sure everybody who uses digital planning already knows this, but I don't know. I'm having so much fun with this. So you can say like, "Hey, I've got a meeting at um 8 p.m." Let's say our moon meeting is at 8 p.m. So you can write that down and whoops, I put that on 8 a.m. And then you can use this little lasso tool, circle it, and then I can move it down. Where's 8 p.m.? 8 p.m. is right there. So I can move it down to 8 p.m. there. And there it is. So cool. I freaking love the digital planner. I hope you're excited for it as well. I think that's everything that I wanted to show you on here. Is just to make sure that you knew about the hyperlinks and that you're able to jump around to wherever you want to go. And yeah, I'm super proud of it. I love it. I hope that you are excited. It's also a very affordable way to work with your moon planner. So that is the Just a Phase moon planner, both the hard copy and the digital copy. So this is available print on demand. It's coming directly from the publishing company. So if you want your extra free gift, you can purchase that. It's just paying shipping on my website. It comes with all of the stuff that we talked about today, including a free gift that I am sending directly to you. So that's available from Vervante, the publishing company. Be sure to purchase your gift package. The digital one is available on my website, priestessofwonderland.com. I'll link that in the description. If you did purchase a hard copy and want the digital copy as well, contact me. If I haven't sent you a coupon code already, I'm giving you a discount because if you bought the hard copy and you want the digital, we're gonna knock like $10 off for you so that it's just more affordable for everybody. So make sure you get your coupon code if you ordered this. Make sure you get your gift package if you ordered this. And if you're thinking about ordering, this is everything. I hope you're excited. Join our community. We like to have fun in Wonderland and we don't care how crazy you are. So thanks so much for watching. Thanks so much for being here. Thank you everybody for all of your support. I can't believe we're here talking about 2024 already. Thanks to Fruitcake for hopefully keeping me on task. Gizmo has been here too. Don't worry, he's always here. Squirrel is going to come back from vacation. If you don't know what I'm talking about, then check us out on Twitch and where we do Tarot readings, apparently we do is unboxing these days, but come hang out with us on Twitch, Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday, and I look forward to meeting you. Thank you so much, and we'll see you on the other side of the looking glass. Thanks again for watching. If you have made it this far, then congratulations. I have got a prize for you. Enter to win your very own copy of the Just a Fades Moon Planner by commenting in the comments below. Tell me why you want the Just a Fades Moon Planner. I will enter you into a giveaway and perhaps you could win. You don't have very long, so comment below now. So that is the 2024 Just a Phase Moon Planner. That's the 23 planner.